We are going live.
There we go.
Awesome. Good morning, Dr. Dave. How are you today?
Good morning, Miss Brenda. Doing great. How about yourself?
Doing good. The sun decided to come out, and it is a great day. I got some kind of funky things going on with my hair here. We'll just tuck that behind there. I am doing
Oh,
wonderful, and
good.
now I'm getting warm because the sun is shining. Well, no, it's not shining in the window because I'm on a western window. It's getting warm though. All right, here we go. I'm getting all set up here. I am doing great
Yeah.
today. Enjoyed the weekend with nice warm weather. And it's another day to create whatever we want. So, how exciting is that?
Always exciting.
I love when
Always,
that
always exciting.
happens. So, let's see what the divas have to say today. And it's been so nice to get outside and see that the little buds are on the lilac trees, so it won't be long, and all the flowers that are coming up, and the nature's divas are coming back from a long sleep, I think, and really gonna share some beautiful colors. And yeah, it's just awesome outside. Okay, so I'm not
Good
getting any
stuff.
cards flying out, so I'm just going to choose the top three. So the first one is clove. I think we had clove last week, didn't we?
We did. Yeah.
Lemongrass and ylang ylang. Mm.
Oh, that's an interesting combo.
What's up?
That's an
Pretty sure
interesting
we had
combo.
clove, didn't we? Or was it nutmeg?
Yeah, we did. Yep.
Yep.
No, we had clove.
Yep.
Yep.
All right. So clove is in the position of what resources we currently have. So let's see. It is time to look within, reflect, and ask why. Why do I sabotage my relationships, goals, and myself? I am Clove, and I am here to gently help you reflect and understand the causes of why and simply let them go. Dream time is a wonderful time to understand what's going on. Before bed, ask your guides to show you the areas or beliefs you need to let go of in order for your life to move forward. It can sometimes be scary to look within. I am here to provide courage and to let you know you are protected with the light of the divine and are always safe. Ooh, this is a nice one. So I
Mm.
know, well, probably about 99.9% of us at some time sabotage something in our lives. And it's just inevitable with the beliefs that we've been brought up with. And a lot of the times, I'm trying to think of what they say, probably about 95% of them aren't even ours. So we've gotten them as we've grown. We've just taken them on. It's like, oh yeah, I'll take that on. I'll take that on. Sure. Even though you have nothing to do with it and it does not resonate with the person who you are becoming. And that's okay. Like it's a place to start. So if you're finding that the beliefs that you have aren't really resonating, then you have the choice to choose something different, which is awesome. So it's that free will again. And I know we talk about this a lot, is we have the choice to choose something different. So that is a resource that we always have within us, is to choose from moment to moment. So say for instance, it's like, okay, I want to release this much weight, but it's a hot summer day and it's like, I'm going to have that ice cream. But instead of just having one ice cream, you have the whole container. Okay, you like ice cream. I like ice cream too. And that's okay. But you know what? In the next moment, instead of beating yourself up, you can choose to go, okay, that was delicious. I enjoyed it fully, but you know what? Now I'm getting back on that path and I'm going to continue to release that weight. And that's all it is. It's not, oh, now it's might as well just give up now because I, deviated from the path and that's that. So it's always within our power to choose something different moment to moment. So that is a really good resource. What do you have to say about that, Dr. Dave?
Well, what I was thinking about was, yeah, we had that last week, but it was in a different position. So I wanted to really like hone in and zero in on the position of where that came in. And so that was from the resources that we already have. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So if we're looking as Clove and identifying that self-sabotage and that being something resources that we already have it's one of those things to be able to recognize it, and I think that's what we did last week was recognizing any of those places that were already self-sabotaging. So now that we did that last week, well, hopefully we did that work. This week, now we get to use that to recognize, hey, no, I already know that. So it gets flagged for us already to know that's something that used to be, that was part of our history, not necessarily into our future or our present. So it gives us that empowering place of recognizing, like, yeah, I used to do that. I'm so glad I've chosen something different and that's more aligned with where I'm going.
Mm.
So using that as a resource. So self-sabotage is important for us to use as an empowerment tool instead of it just being a reprimand, if you will. And so feeling defeated or depleted or a misstep, if you will, is it should be something for us to recognize that, I used to do those things, but I've now recognized and I'm working on why I had to have that in my life. And knowing why I didn't allow myself to be that shining star or be the creative person or be able to have my voice and my true voice. I've recognized that I no longer have to have that. So I have already done some of that work now. It does not need to be in my present or in my future. So to me, that's where that now that shift into that position of resources that we have that, yeah, I recognize all those things that I potentially can do. So going into the next new situation, whether it's going to be a new relationship, a new job, a new venture, I already know some of the things to make sure that I'm keeping check for myself that I used to do, that I'm not allowing into this next phase of what I'm doing.
Awesome. I really like that. It's like a milestone is as we go along
Mhm.
and we share what the divas have to say for us and in the what ifs as well is if you do the work, then now it becomes a milestone going, oh, look how far I've come. Well, that's really cool. And it's just a reminder and an awareness that I don't have to stay where I currently am. I'm now moving forward, and this is now showing me that I have moved forward because of what my mindset is now and what I'm thinking. And, so yeah, that's a great way to look at it. Thank you for that. That's awesome.
Mhm.
So now the second one is
Yeah.
lemongrass. And these are the things to let go of. And I've always liked using lemongrass at the beginning of my courses that I teach because it just helps release that which no longer serves you and without any kind of drama and nonsense and all that stuff that usually goes along with releasing stuff. So let's see what the divas have to say. I am light. I am floating as a bubble in the breeze. I am lemongrass. My leaves are tall and thin, but they are many. We stand strong together against all obstacles. My question to you, are you being supported in your goals and ideas? Is your support system actually being supportive? If you answered no, then it's time for releasing. Ooh, look at that.
Hmm.
Right in the words here, releasing. So, and
Right.
this is really important to realize is if we have those friends that aren't really, it's like, wow, I got some better, like, not that I have any enemies, but like the saying, it's like, I got better enemies than some of my friends. That is not my case
Mm.
because I love my friends dearly and they love and support me huge. But sometimes some of your friends, you got to wonder, it's like, do they really care about me, or are they just trying to like suck my energy, or just like, I don't know. I really don't know why they're there because they're not very helpful. So just taking a look in that inventory again, like you've suggested in previous shows, is that inventory of, who do you let in your inner circle? If you are creating these big goals and you're so excited about sharing them with others so that you keep yourself accountable, because that's one of the things to do when you're moving forward, and you keep yourself accountable by your friends going, hey, so how's that goal coming, not in a mean way, but just to keep you on track and make sure that you're continuing with what you want. And then you have those that are like, oh, you can't do that, or they just knock you down. And those are not the friends you need. You don't need those kind of friends because they're not friends. They're more jealous and they're nasty. Plain and simple, they're nasty. And really, you don't need those kind of people in your life. So using lemongrass is very helpful to let those people go on their journey and continue on with love, and just hoping that just sending them with love on their own journey while you move forward on yours with supportive people. Because when you get those goals in place and when you commit to them, the universe just pops all these wonderful people into your place. That's how I met Dr. Dave. And you just don't know where these people are going to come from, but when they come in your life, they make such a difference and they're wonderful. And those are the people that you want around you all the time, is people that are supporting and loving you and going, yeah, you can do this. Or maybe they're like, hey, are you sure you're dreaming big enough? Because that seems pretty darn easy. Sometimes they need to poke you and go, come on, let's dream a little bit bigger there. But that's what you want. You want them to challenge you in a good way instead of,
Mhm.
wow, that's a challenging person, but to
Yeah.
really help lift you up and help transform your life, just like you're doing for them in return. So, what have you got to say about that, Dr. Dave?
I love how the connecting that happens, with these. It's just it's comical to me. It's really really cool, how it all goes together. Can you tell me again the second position, what it's for?
This one is for releasing things we need to release.
Yep. Okay. So for me, lemongrass has always been that oil. To me, that's what I always have it stuck in my head, is that lemongrass is the oil of discernment. And
Mm.
so discernment is that ability to be able to judge well, meaning that we're trusting that we can trust our decisions, our way of being able to identify things, good, bad, and different. I don't use those words when we're, in the spiritual realm, we shouldn't be using those words if we're on our path. We should only know that that is in alignment with me or it's not in alignment with me. And it's not a positive or negative, it's just a neutral space that we're coming from. And so that discernment is, yep, that's part of my path. That is growing. No, that's not it. And so, just like those friends, I think that they all are important. Those friends that you probably don't want to have as friends, they're great, absolutely wonderful at their job because their job is supposed to be to help you do that self-sabotage. So they
Ah,
serve their purpose. So they're great friends for that. However, now that knowing that we did the work last week, right? So, we know that this week that's not what we're doing. We know that we did that work, and so now we can discern that those are not the friends that I choose to have in my camp or my circle of influence when I am moving forward in that positive, healthy manner. Lemongrass is that one. I Man, I can't even tell you. That's probably one that I went through the most in my office that I used as a diffuser in both the treatment room and even in the waiting area, was so that the clients coming in had a space, a foundation already for them to know that they can let go and choose a different path, whether it was the physical, emotional, or spiritual thing that no longer served them. That they had this place of deciding for themselves what it was that they wanted to put down and put away, that no longer serve them, and then they get to then bring in the new, fresher version that they want to experience. And so that's that for me. That's what that lemongrass is, and I just love it. It's fresh, it's clean. Mm. Yeah, it's probably one that I went through a ton, because I it's all of those things, but it's not necessarily one of those in your face uplifting, but it's a very, I do have to say that I did use it in winter months the most, so that it would help remember that there is a summer coming somewhere when we have 4 feet of snow or whatever. So I would use that one a lot. um, and so it's it's fun to see that each one of them are supporting us along this journey, and that's really what the divas are helping us recognize, is that to know that as we're doing this work, we're evolving and moving, and they're still supporting. They've got that inner playbook that they're working with us on. So that's fantastic. So the next one should be really awesome to know what's the next phase that we're bringing in, because now it's that, now that we're in that solid more foundation of where we're at. Now looking at, let's bring in the good stuff of what it is that we get to manifest and make our reality. So, yay.
Absolutely. And just one more thing to add to that that popped into my head is when you were saying that they do serve a purpose because they help you self-sabotage, it also gives you the awareness of what they're saying to you versus what you're saying to yourself, and how that connects and how you treat yourself. So having those types of people in your life, are you honoring yourself? Are you treating yourself with respect? Because you have those individuals in your life that are not treating you with respect. So doing that inventory and going, hey, am I respecting myself here? Because, I'm hearing this, or, listening to what you're saying to yourself and how you're speaking to yourself is really important, because there's a lot going on in the back there, just out of hearing range. But if you tune in, you can really hear it and go, hold on, those things aren't true. So just that awareness as well of what we're speaking to ourselves as well is really, really important. Mm-hmm. So our next one is Ylang Ylang, and that is how this is all going to play out. So let's take a look. Good morning. I am Ylang Ylang, and I bring feelings of freshness, rejuvenation, and happiness. So, how would it feel to have really nice, supportive people in your life? Joyful? Happy? And it helps you move forward on your path. So to create a space for yourself, and then that circle of influence of those people around you. And it's a tight, like I have a very small group of people that are in my inner circle, and they are all very loving and supportive to me and for what I'm doing in the world. And they believe in me. And sometimes it's nice to hear them talk about what my vision is, because sometimes I forget, but then to hear them say it, it's like, oh yeah, I'm here to do something really big, and it resonates, and it just re-resonates with me that we are all here and we have our soul groups and our collectives. And when they come together, they are very, very powerful. So as we share these different shows with you each week, to do the work and to see where that takes you, because it builds on itself. And then you can see how far you've come and then where you want to go. So get those goals. Create those goals. Do you have the goals yet? If you don't, I think I say this every week, get some goals, but make them big. What do you dream of doing? What do you want to do? Do you want to travel? Do you want to write a book? What do you want to do? And then write down the steps and then go through these things, because each week there's a little bit more. It's like, okay, I can do that. And bringing in, like you said last week, it's like, use the oils. And they're not helpful sitting on a shelf. And it was funny because
they don't work in the bottle.
They do not. No, they do not. Unless the lid's open, but then it'll evaporate and then you won't have it anymore. It was funny. I was speaking to my friend last week. I finally was able to get to visit her, and she was the one that I said that she would have the herbs that she purchased in the cupboard, and they were like, cupboard decorations. And she's like, "Oh, you didn't." And I'm like, "I did not say any names, but yes, I did." So, but yeah, it's really important to use them. Use these tips, use the oils, get yourself some oracle cards so that you can do this daily and it becomes a ritual and you can start your day in a more positive way and really infuse these wonderful things into your life to help transform your own life. So what have you got, Dr. Dave?
You were just mentioning get some oracle cards. Could you tell folks where they might get my favorite oracle card?
Yes, I can. It's called www.naturesdivas.com, and it's DEVAS is how they spell divas. So you can purchase your deck there, and I will send it off to you. And yeah, you're really going, and we have a private Facebook group for the Nature's Divas, where there's audios of all the meditations and exercises and different videos and things like that, some behind the scenes stuff. So a lot of really cool stuff in the Facebook group as well. There's an invitation in the card deck. That's what I meant to say.
Awesome. All right, let's get back to you. Thank you so much. I wanted to make sure that everybody knew that up front, because those are my favorite cards that everybody should have if they don't already. I don't know why you wouldn't already have them. I mean, part of my daily ritual, but you do you. So coming back to ylang ylang, it's always for me the oil. I remember it as the oil of the inner child. And so it's remembering that inner fun, the playful, the happy, the joyful, all of those things. And so when you're talking about having big goals, if you don't allow yourself to get back into the inner child space, then you forget how to imagine the unimaginable, if you will. I mean, it's really, how often do we get stuck in the rat race of everything, or putting in those limitations? But Clove helped us move past that, so that's not who we are anymore. We know that we don't have to do that any longer. So Ylang Ylang asks us and invites us to dream again, be big again, in that space of whatever it is that you want to feel and do and experience. How often do we ever do that? And if that's not part of your goal making ritual, then you're not listening to Clove and you're self-sabotaging yourself. So knock it off.
Cut it out.
So allowing, give that space, and we really should have some of that fun. And it's it's so important to come into that, and not stay in that seriousness of everything and everything, the drudgery of life. Well, if that's how you're describing your life, then why are you living? Because you're not actually. That's the exact thing. You're not living then, because it should be in thriving. It should be in just experiencing. And yes, I'm going to say it, have fun in your life, even the parts that suck, you can still have fun. It depends on how and where you're going to be in it, how you want to choose to perceive it, how you want to interpret it. So yeah, and that's not with a Pollyanna glasses. It's just that, okay, well, hopefully this is going to fast forward a little bit so that I can get through this. It's not fun right here, but I know that there's more coming. I know that I get to experience something next. And I'm thinking that I'm gonna need to play a really fun track for the next time, for the next moment. So that's what we're gonna use. Ylang Ylang helps us into that space, that innocence. I love that because it's a very gentle, very easy, and very pleasant type of aroma that it
Mhm.
feels like. And so when I love watching folks, how they react to just the space and not knowing why they're reacting, and it's because the subconscious is paying attention and knowing and responding to what it is that it's giving us. So it's when I have that going in the diffuser or in the office or in a class, and I usually will especially make sure that's happening if we're doing journaling, so that it allows that freeness, that opening back up again to that inner space, that childhood fun of everything again. I mean, what would be the harm of you getting super excited and screaming and giddy because you're watching a frog hop across the road, or, well, not probably not a road, but just hopping. How about that? I
Hopping
think
across
that
the
one's
lawn.
so, oh yeah, that could be a different oil that we need after that. So, I, it's really funny that the a reoccurring theme that I'm hearing in watching through these oils, especially this week, is really the stuff that's happening from the subconscious mind in responding, and not, and how we're going to respond, because clove is helping us to not self-sabotage, and that's usually one of those. It's usually a subconscious, kind of thing. It's not like I'm gonna screw up my day. This is how I'm gonna do it. So, but clove is helping us to take that out of that place where we don't recognize what's happening, into the place where, like, yeah, I got that. No, we're not doing that anymore. Thanks anyway. And so it's fun to be on that journey. So,
Mhm.
yay, that's what I got.
Absolutely. Yes, it sure is. And it's just so important to play and have that wonderment, because each day is a new day and there's new things happening and everything's a miracle. And, think back to when you were a child. What did you want to do? Could you tell I wanted to be a librarian? I actually did. I'm like, I want to be a librarian. So I just am a librarian of my own books. So there we go. And I
Awesome.
also wanted to be a social service worker, and I became that as well. So you're never too old. It's never too late. If you start now, imagine what you can accomplish. So definitely get those goals. Look at your life from through the eyes of a child, and that you get to do things today. What do you get to do today? You get to go out and
Hmm.
breathe in the sunshine. You get to look at the flowers outside. You get to hear the birds singing. You get to experience all these things with the senses that you have within you. And you get to create the life that you want, as long as you put in the work and have your goals and take action steps. But each day, each week, we give you these little little excerpts on different things that you can do to improve and transform your life. And if you do the work, you're going to see as the weeks progress that things do change, and you wake up excited every morning and you can't wait to begin your day. So I think that's pretty awesome.
Freaking cool.
It certainly is. Well, thank you so much, Dr. Dave, for being part of this again today. I just love hanging out with you and sharing the Nature's Divas and getting your takes on this. And yeah, thank you for all those that are watching, either live or in the replay. We'd love to see how this is, resonating with you and what things are changing for you as the weeks go by. So wherever you are in the world, have a wonderful week. Thank you so much, Dr. Dave. And
My pleasure.
we will see you next Monday, and we're going to hop right back on for our What If Positive Possibilities. So if you want to stick around for that, we'll be right back with that. And if not, we will see you next week. So have a wonderful week. Take care.